There's somebody here, T. He is not low vibration. I've been watching him for years. But let me tell you something, T. You haven't been watching me for years. My name is Grabowski. Welcome to my channel. I'm a survivor of narcissistic abuse, and I also am a pointer towards mental health awareness. It's all things mental health right now. Mental health is trending all over social media, okay? It's trending, but before it got to trending like that, I showed up in the sector that I'm in on YouTube, and I began to speak on introspection. Nobody was speaking on introspection. Everybody was laughing and gagging and pointing to other people's issues, other people's problems. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to talk about me and my life. And oh my God, once I got to talking about me and my life, there was a lot of people who then began to talk about my life. But it's cool though, because I understand once you start healing, honey, it's gonna start a whole lot of commotion. So I'm waiting for you guys to come in. There are 5 people here. I just got in from the grocery store this morning. I did wake up on the right side of the bed. Yes, I did. But I did not get good rest last night. I don't know really what was going on, really. It was kind of rough last night because I woke up a lot and I was just hot. This menopause is menopausing. But we're going to get into the topic, but I'm just waiting for y'all to come on in because Tony Gaskins got on my nerves last night. He did. I watched the video and bless him hard. Bless Tony Gaskins hard, but I got a whole lot to say about him being triggered by the doctor. I don't know how they pronounce her name, Shanine or something like that. I'm just waiting for some more folks to come on in here before I get started. So if you come across this video and this is your first time here, I don't want to shock you. I don't want to scare you. But my name is Cheryl, and I'm a very, very outspoken and interesting gal, in my opinion. And a whole lot of other people's opinion because we've been able to garner 17,000 subscribers over here, and I'm out of the streaming app. So, but anyway, y'all come on in. Let's talk. Let's talk. Where the folks at? Where the folks at? I know it's around lunchtime. I just came in and fixed my daughter a bacon omelet, and she wanted some beef, carrots, celery, bell pepper, red onion type meal. So I'm gonna fix that too for her. But I picked up some brown rice, I picked up some lima beans, and I'm gonna fix a cabbage. And those are the things that I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna eat the meat. But y'all come on in. I'm waiting, honey. I won't get talking. Y'all come on in the building. Come on in here, because Mr. Tony, let's pull up the audio. Because I did tag him, honey. Yes, I did. And for you guys who love him to pieces, I get it, because there's some people here on social media who love me. I really get it. But I gotta be honest, and that's what social media is about. It's about looking and about trying to figure, not trying to figure out nothing. It's about giving your opinion and your perspective on what you've heard and what you've seen. And so last night he was so triggered by the doctor. So let me go in here and see. Okay, no, that's not where I need to be. Let me go find him. I'm 30 minutes late, and I understand that might be why y'all are coming in slow. I hate that, but I couldn't help it. Hey, Princess, how you doing? Good afternoon, sugar. How you doing? I hope you've had a. I know it ain't no 10 people here, and y'all hadn't hit the like button. Don't do that. What the hell you over here watching me for? You ain't like the video. Don't do that. Or thumbs it down, but just don't sit here for free. Dumb dumbs. Get on my nerves. And if you don't want to be here, get the hell on. Because I don't want you here if you don't want to be here. And that's the God heaven truth. Don't get that mad at me for speaking the truth, honey, because that's true. If you don't want your ass here, then get the hell on. But don't sit here and watch me and don't double tap that screen, because we are not children. We are grown. Okay, this is a grown folks conversation. If you're not grown, I want you in the building. Please like the video. Thank you for the 3 likes. Y'all got to do better than that. Come on. Y'all didn't say nothing about I changed my unit. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But okay, so there he is. Let me just type him in here. Tony Gaskins. Because he was very triggered. First of all, about Tony Gaskins, Cam Newton. But it's not Cam Newton that he's bothered by. It's not Cam. Thank you. It's not Cam that Tony is bothered by. It's the doctor. It's the female doctor in her beautifulness and her gorgeousness and her sensuality, her sexuality, her education, her presentation. She talked way above Tony Gaskins' level. As I listened to him last night, and his verbiage was awful. Now, Tony, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tony. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. The reason why I started watching you was your image. Okay, let's keep it real, because y'all know that's what I'm gonna do over here. I'm gonna keep it real. The reason why I started watching Tony Gaskins, because he's fine. But the thing is that when you see him on other people's cameras, like if he's on a podcast somewhere else, he don't look as good because he's not on his iPhone. Okay. Now, the thing about the iPhone kind of glam you up a little bit, like I'm glammed up a little bit. But I was in the grocery store this morning, and there was a man that walked by me. He said, "Ma'am, you look like a celebrity." He said, "You look like Hollywood." I said, "Not Hollywood." You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, when Tony Gaskin is on other people's cameras, he don't look like that. But that educated, beautiful, and sexy woman told his nerve apart. He couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? So last night, so when I first started listening to Tony, I started listening to Tony because Tony was good looking to me. I like the beard. I like the brown skin. I think he's darker though than what he looks like on camera. But I like all that. I even like the country talk that he talked. He talked country, and he got a lot going on. He's not really well spoken at all. He speaks his truth, which I was attracted to that. But I'm just saying, Tony Gaskin, everything about that woman tore your nerves up. And to me, it creates a picture of who he is. Okay? Now let's get in. Hold on. Okay, there he is. Okay. And the thing is, Tony is successful, right? But he's not as successful as she is. So he was triggered because he laid in his bed. Hey, Boza, what's up? He laid in his bed and he talked that night. Is this it? No, this ain't it. That's not it. Let's see. Live leaders, we have to be more careful. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, what's up, Latanya? Hey, girl. So let's listen to a little bit of Tony talk about the doctor. I hope y'all can hear it good. Y'all let me know if you can hear it.
Because there's a lot of women who
can y'all hear that?
Got really upset
because I have to put it to my ear so y'all can hear it.
The young lady,
y'all let me know if you can hear it or not. If not, because I don't need the audio because I listen to every word. I don't need it.
And
can y'all hear it?
At my VIP dinner, and I was talking to the guest, and I was telling them the reason why I took
Princess, can you hear this audio?
Offense to that
I hear
is because I am a leader in the space, and being a leader in the space out here with
what do you mean,
audience and a following as leaders and as people who have to speak, we have a lot of responsibility. And one of the things about it is,
well, I worked on it. I changed my unit and make sure that my makeup was soft and all that stuff.
Dangerous. Yeah. Because if we have a movement, because she also trains coaches, and we have to be responsible as leaders, because if we have a movement to where we have a lot of clinicians who are leading with basically sex appeal. That's going to start to go between men and women. And we'll start to have men and women leading with sex appeal. And the reason why.
Okay, so look, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so one of his biggest issues, who is that talking, is Tony Gaskins. So Tony is a life coach. He's a Christian. He's a life coach. He's a fundamentalist. We don't really need no more audio. Let me get back in here and show y'all his, there he is. So he's a life coach. He's a Christian. He's a fundamentalist. That means he takes the Bible literal. He has a whole lot of rigid, unevolved, and ideas like fundamentalists do about people and life and God. But he's a coach. He's a life coach. So what he does is he puts his, and it's okay, you know what I'm saying? He speaks on his own opinion about this, and that. That's what he does. So last night when the doctor, or whenever it was talking to Cam, what is his name? Cam Newton, about relationships, about being high value and high functioning, which was interesting to me. Because basically she was saying, this is what she was saying, and this is what got Tony stirred up. Anyway, she was saying that you could be high value, but not high functioning, meaning that you could be a person who has a very good career, could be well known, could even be well spoken and worth a lot, high value, but you're not high functioning because you don't know how to emotionally regulate. You don't have emotional intelligence. You don't know how to facilitate a conversation with your significant other when ups and downs come and bad things happen. You don't know how to do any of that. But you would be the type of person that will use your high status to son, so to speak, the person that you're in a relationship with. And because you got the money, you got the assets, you got the reputation, you got all this stuff, this person is subservient to you. Okay? So she says that person is low functioning, even though you can be high value. So Cam Newton is saying, y'all know who Cam is. So of course he's successful. Cam got the money. He got the reputation. He's the ex-athlete, and he has this TV show, and he has 8 children by 3 different women. So she told him, the doctor told him, while sitting there in a wonderful professional outfit, she did have cleavage. She looked good in her clothes. She had her nails done, her hair done, makeup on 10, everything on point. Okay. So she's sitting there telling Cam, she told him he really not on that level, that he can't draw a certain type of woman because he's low functioning. This is what she said, and I'm not saying that I totally agree with that, but this is what she's saying. She's saying because you got 3 baby mamas and 8 children, and you've not figured it out yet, that you low functioning. Because obviously you got some kind of issues there, right? And she talked about her childhood and her upbringing, which is problematic, with her mom and her dad. I think her mother was, her father sold drugs, and the mother was on drugs, and so she had a hard time when she was a child, but because she's smart and intelligent, she was able, y'all like the video for me, she was able to pick herself up, educate herself, and learn about all these wonderful things. God knows she's an advocate. Like, she has a long list of accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? She's qualified to have the conversation that she had with Newton last night, Cam Newton. So she just let him know, because we all know. Let me do this before I get into the Tony Gaskins problem for me, because I don't need the phone no more. I just don't need it. No, I listen to it. So let me just tell you, the manosphere is out here in these streets, on this YouTube, on these Facebook, on TikTok. The manosphere is out here, and then you got the ladies that are out here that are saying, "Listen, I know that I'm a healer, and I've been this. Okay, I'm not without fault. I've done this. Um, I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna stand by my man. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. I'm just gonna be this pick me. I'm gonna put up with all the shit that they gonna bring. I'm gonna do this here because I have to have a man, right? So all of that. PT time, y'all will catch the replay. What PT time? What is that? I don't know what that is. Valentine. Okay, so listen. So he is talking, first of all, Tony Gaskins called that woman a Jezebel. Tony Gaskin called that woman a Jezebel. I've been called that before. So it really bothered me, right? Now, if somebody called me that now, they can kiss my, I don't care. You understand? Because I know what type of man that's going to call a woman a Jezebel. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because Tony Gaskins used to be a male whore. He used to be. And I feel like he want to whore some more. I do. I really do. There was a lot that this lady said. Like, she's standing there, she's so educated, she's so beautiful, she's so poised, she's so in control of her own life. She doesn't need validation from anybody, and she's just saying she wants a suitable mate. She's letting Cam know. She's letting what's the other guy, Nick Cannon know, and some of the other, what's up Daisy, some of the other men that are listening, and some women know that listen, just because you're high value doesn't mean that you high functioning. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. Like, what in the world for that? Tony Gaskins called that woman a Jezebel. He need his ass kicked. Because I was watching him last night. He got up and he showed the people on his live that there was no woman in his room, in his shower, under his bed. I don't care whether a woman was there or not. You've been a male whore. You said it yourself. You've been a male whore before. I don't feel like you reformed, especially because you're a Christian. What does that mean? That don't mean anything to me. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry, Tony. I don't care nothing about it. Your problem was that woman was there in her skin, in her sensuality, and her sexuality, and you was mad because you couldn't touch her. You was mad because she was saying she don't need validation from a man. That's what made you mad. That's what made you mad, because she was not saying that she was going to give her power away. She was not saying that. No. And y'all know what I do over here on this channel. I'm not giving you my power. No. No. If that's what's going to make you feel like a man, then you ain't going to never feel like one, because I'm not doing it. Now, when I find out, and this is like she said, when I find out you have emotional intelligence, that you are not just, that you are high functioning, you know how to emotionally regulate, you know how to have a conversation with me, that you don't come throwing your Bible at me when you can't get your way, that we can have a conversation without falling out, all this kind of stuff like this. Now, Tony Gaskin, now, this is his thing, which I don't believe it. I used to believe it, but I don't believe that Tony is on the up and up. I don't believe it. That woman and her beautifulness tore him apart to the point where he called her Jezebel. Only because she said that she's not going to give her power away. Why does she have to give her power to a man? She said that she does not have aspirations of desiring and needing to be in a relationship in order to feel like a whole person. What is wrong with that? The reason why I say that Tony Gaskins had these biblical, fundamental, old-time, rigid, and rough rules because the Bible is a lot misogynistic. It profits a man to be a fundamental Christian. It automatically puts him in power over you. Let it be said, and let it be set in stone. Don't do it. Don't, please. This is what I'm saying. This is my personal opinion, though. So this is my channel, so I'm gonna say it. Don't you marry no Christian. Don't do it. Not no male Christian. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'd rather find somebody who's never been religious, somebody who is their authentic self, somebody who doesn't need the Bible as a leveraging tool over you. Most women will never make it to the level of that doctor, that female doctor, because they be somewhere trying to give everything they got, all their talent, all of their power, all of their energy to a man to make him something instead of her standing in her power and being something on her own. Too many women over the years, my God, have given their lives to men and they have taken the credit for everything when it's the woman that really built that man up. And she triggered the shit out of Tony last night. I have never seen Tony Gaskins that triggered by a woman. Now, see, he has a beautiful wife too, but she's not as pretty as that lady. Let the truth be told. Let it. He got a nice looking wife too, but she ain't pretty as that woman. His wife got a cute little shape, but she ain't shaped like that woman. His wife might be smart, but she ain't as smart as that woman. She's not as sensual as that woman. She's not as strong as that woman. And it pissed him off. Now, what's up, Jared? This is the thing. Why does, now he calls her a Jezebel. So Jezebel in the Bible was against the prophets, right? She wanted to behead them. She wanted to get rid of them. That's not what that woman is doing. That is not what he's saying, that him being a life coach, and he is one of the leading life coaches in our country. I think he said, he may even say in the world, I don't know, but he says he's one of the leading life coaches. So he has to speak out against that Jezebel spirit. No, you don't. No, you don't have to speak out against it. You were jealous. You were jealous because you don't have the credentials that she has. You don't have the verbiage that she has. You don't. And if she was having a conversation with you, matter of fact, Tony, you couldn't conversate with her. You're a Christian fundamentalist, baby. There's a cap on your thinking. I'm saying there's a cap, but there's a ceiling when it comes to you being able to evolve, because you can't. Because I know what doctrine will do to you. I know you were so mad at that lady for being her authentic self. It pissed you off. If anybody is the Jezebel, it's you. Because Jezebel can be a man or a woman because it's a spirit. She's not the Jezebel, it's you. She was saying that she doesn't need to aspire to be like anybody. The person that she wants to be like is herself. The higher version of who she is. That's what she said. Why does that bother you? Because there are people, Tony, that you aspire to be like. There are people that you watch and that you emulate. What's up, Perks? But she knows as well as I know there is nobody that you should want to be like other than the higher version of yourself. We are not looking to humans or literature to define who we are. And you guys are mad because everything that people like Tony Gaskins does is that what they do is they point to an organization. I'm not gonna be in there. Go ahead, no, just right, or scriptures or something that solidifies the system whereby they speak upon, which in Tony's case is the Bible. Um, Tony, I got a rude awakening for you. Let me just tell you, because in 2024, people are not doing it, baby. The church is a dying system, not God, the church. And I'm going to tell you why. I was listening to this woman this morning who was talking about Oprah Winfrey. She was picking on Oprah Winfrey's religious beliefs. And she was talking about how Oprah is not a Christian and how she is a threat to Christianity. No, the threat to Christianity are the Christians themselves, ma'am, and the preachers. And Tony, guess what? For you, let me just tell you, the biggest threat to Christianity is you guys won't deal with the reality or the origin of that religious system that you guys believe in. And most of 15 and 6 years old are smarter than you guys because they know the truth. That's what's wrong with Christianity. That's what's wrong with it. Mm-hmm. So if anybody, the Jezebel, Tony, is you, because you mad because this woman won't hand her power over to another man or a religious belief system. So it's a no. It's a hard, long no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And we shouldn't be asked to do it. I tell you what, the biggest game in our society is Christianity. I mean, I don't mean no harm. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It was so unattractive to sit there and watch Tony Gaston run his mouth. And then he talked about why are you talking about her boobs? Why? Do you want to touch them? Obviously you do, because that's what he was talking about. Those are her boobs. They don't belong to her mama, her daddy, or the man next across town. Those are her boobs. That's her body. It's her mind. That's her education. She put the work in. She learned the lessons. She got her certifications or her education or whatever she got. She earned that. She don't have to submit to you or even listen to you. Are you out your damn mind? I just can't. I don't understand what's going on. It's been 20 years for me. Deconstructing from religion and all these God said and all these people that say what you're supposed to do. These folks are not putting not one penny in your pocket. These people are not paying any of your bills. The only thing these people want you to do is listen to them and give you their money and listen to what they say and obey them. I'll be damned. No. And basically, she said the same thing. It's a hard no. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing it. Now, unfortunately, there will be millions of other people that will do it. People who don't have a real self. People don't. They don't have it. They're looking for, they're adults and they're still looking for parents because they've not been parented. You know, the biggest hoax when it comes to Christianity is the promise of prosperity. It's all about the money, Tony. It's all about the money. That's how you are, you and your wife. I don't really know the wife, but I'm just saying. Because you was a bragging somebody. But you're going to get on there and talk about her breasts. But I'm saying it ain't cute for you to brag the way that you do. I just want to know why that woman tore your nerves up so bad. You know? might as well admit, I'm just going to tell you, for some of you guys that don't have a problem with it, and I would imagine that there's a lot of men that don't have a problem with it, but for some of you guys to understand, we are equal to y'all. We are not under you guys. We're not under you. Never have been. But if you believe that you are under a male because he is a male and his genitalia is different from yours, that's your problem. If you hand your power over to a man just because he said he's supposed to have it, that's on you. You've been fooled. You've been bewitched. You've been had. You've been played. After all these years of watching all of this toxic shit happen, I would just hope that people understand, you know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Tony made himself look like a weak, for the first time, like I've never seen Tony look like that before, but he looked real weak. He looked like a narcissist last night. That's what he looked like to me. That's what he sounded like too. He used so many Bible scriptures to create leverage over that woman. He did everything he could within his intelligence to minimize her and to bring her down below his level. He took it personally, what she said about men having all those children and baby mamas and still looking for other women to impregnate. He says because these men financially are of a high level, that it was okay morally to do what they've been doing. That they can just find 10 other baby mamas and impregnate them and still not marry anybody. But see, why not? Yes, Tony would agree with that. You know why? Because it's all through his Bible. But then again, at the same time, he brags about being the husband of one wife. And ain't no woman in that hotel room. But my thing is this, I don't believe, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't believe you on the up and up. There's no way. Everything about you, first of all, being a Christian fundamentalist, that right there, something wrong with that. For real. Because you should be able to see through the smoke screen. That's number one. Number two, that woman and her physical aesthetics bothered you too greatly. You tired. Let me tell you something. Now we're gonna get into it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the real. This is the real now. Cause see, what we want to do is we want to always blame the devil about something, but we're not blaming the devil today. We're not doing that. What Tony wants to do is he wants to rip them clothes off that doctor lady, cause he tired of sleeping with that wife. He tired of it. One woman, you tired of it, and you're bored. You can say what you want. I don't care what you say. I don't care. This is not no Christian lecture. This is class. This is real life. You are tired of that one woman. And when that video came out last night, I'm waiting for somebody else to look at it the way that I do. When that video, when you did what you did about that beautiful lady sitting there across from Newton, Cam was bothered too. He was very annoyed. You know why? Because she was letting him know that he could never have her. He's low functioning. He doesn't know how to emotionally regulate. He obviously doesn't have emotional intelligence, and I don't believe Tony does either. Tony's wife might be tired of him. I know I probably would be. All those rigid and rough rules. Who wants to live under rules? Who wants to do that? And why would you want to do it? Why? Because if you would have a nice place to live, you would have a nice car to drive. So what? Who cares? Everybody doesn't value those things. You know what? I just can't. So here on my morning show this morning, I'm just like, I just can't. I can't. Oh my God. It is so crazy. And it's always a black man sitting around running his fucking mouth. about how a woman is supposed to be subservient to him. And then he uses Christian literature. And no, Tony don't even know where the literature comes from. I don't believe he does. I am so sick and tired of narcissistic people who want to take people's lives and do what they want to do with it. I'm so tired of people who feel like that you have to serve them, that you have to obey them, and that you have to give to them in order for God to be okay with you. I'm so sick and tired of people who want to ensnare you for their own benefit. Sick of it. It was terrible listening to Tony speak on that doctor, that female African American woman that way. It was terrible. Because at the end of the day, he's not as educated as her. He doesn't speak as well as she does. He haven't done the things that she's done. Hadn't been in the rooms that she's been in, but he thought that he was better than her. You know why? In my opinion, because he thinks, because he's a man, he has that privilege. And where does he get that thinking from? He gets it from literature. That's where he gets it from. Somebody, and I tell y'all all the time, if the only thing it takes for people to write themselves into power over you, and then Tony says to you, well, look and see, you see what that says? That says that you have to listen to me. That says that God don't like you being free. That says that you cannot be your own person. That says that you got to let somebody rule over you. Do you see what that says? That's what Tony is saying, and other people like him. And Cheryl Grabowski is saying, you can't prove it. You can't prove it. I'm not going to let you own me behind something that you believe. Tony Gaskins. Do y'all not read the caption when y'all come into the live? There's a caption there. That's what, on the caption, you'll see what we're talking about. That's the topic. So, no. No. Why is it so hard for people to understand the fucking word no? No, I don't believe like you. No, I won't listen to you. No, you cannot have power and control over me. No, you can't do what you want to do to me. And no, I don't believe it. And you can't prove it. I am sick of people making all these claims about this literature and this God that you can't even prove that exists. And I'm not saying that God doesn't exist. I'm saying you can't prove it. It's a belief. That's what I'm saying. Then you're going to get on social media and call this woman a Jezebel behind literature because she just wants to be free. She just wants to be free. She just wants to be her own person. So, but you guys, it fucking like it gnaws me down to the bone because she is beautiful, because she's intelligent, because she's a looker and all of that stuff. It's a shame that she can't be owned by your ass. What a waste. A person like Tony would say, what a waste. This woman. So she talked last night about being in relationships with men that were not on her caliber. And she's not talking about necessarily, I know y'all think that I'm getting ready to say this. She's not necessarily talking about not having the same money and the same status that she has. She's talking about the emotional and mental part, not being able to emotionally regulate himself. That when his ego get bruised, he gonna go somebody else because he ain't man enough to tell you that you just made him feel like he's not a man at all, and to get his ego back up, which, you know what I'm saying? Then he go a hoeing with somebody else. He's not man enough to be able to have that kind of conversation with a woman that he says that is his woman. She's been through that shit before. That's what she's talking about. And so have I. That's what makes a man low value. So people like Newton and Tony Gaskins feels like, and a lot of other men feel like, especially black men, but maybe white men too, I don't know. But they feel like if they got the bag, then they have ownership over you. They feel entitled that you give them that power and that praise and that adoration that they so desire, while doing what they want to do at the same time, but expecting you to be on the up and up with them. I'm so displeased with Tony Gaskins and all these women that follow his ass. Y'all need to get y'all whole life. Now, I didn't like the fact that they were following, what's that boy name? What's that young guy name that did it? Derrick Jackson. Derrick Jackson is a no, right? Derrick was doing everything that he spoke against. Derrick Jackson, no. Some other people, a no. Tony Gaskins, I've always been the green light with Tony, because I felt like Tony was the guy next door, but he became successful by speaking his truth. But last night, him being triggered by that beautiful, educated, self-aware, emotionally regulated woman, sexy and sensual and owning every bit of, why the fuck she got to cover herself up for you, Tony? I'm just about to go into a whole rant. I'm about to go into a whole rant. Why do women have to turn their sensuality and their sexuality down for you? Tony Gaskins said last night that if she, the doctor, was sitting across from a man and not on television like her and Newton was, and she was dressed and smelling good and beautiful like she was, that she would have been pounced on, maybe taken advantage of and assaulted, because she's not in 2024. In 2024, because she's not allowed to be in her femininity and to wear what feels good on her body. I always said this in my entire life. I've always said this over the years with certain men that I've known. For some reason, men feel like, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I ain't wrong. I mean, you can say your opinion, but I feel like this is how it is. If I wear something that's fitting, if I have cleavage down to here, and I love cleavage because I have beautiful boom booms, right? I love them. The designer, people who design clothing for women, the designers know that it's a preference or choice to wear your cleavage because it's your cleavage. It's yours. I got to worry about, Tony Gaskins said, I got to worry about being attacked because I feel a certain type of way in my body and in my skin, and I want to wear certain things to accentuate and to that just turn me on my skin and on my body, because that's what I like to wear as a woman, that I got to worry about being attacked. Tony basically just sexualize that woman. Listen, I'm so done with Tony Gaskins. I'm done with him. And the women that followed him are pick-me's and Molly Mays. But it's okay, because maybe your mama was one. Maybe your mama was one. Ron Don, okay, I don't understand. Please put some skimpy on. Yes. What the hell? I'm going to tell you what, Tony. You done told on yourself. You told on yourself. You want a pair. You want them bad and you don't want your wife. You're tired of it. What I saw you do with that doctor last night, you're tired of that woman that you whip. And she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She is. She's a beautiful lady too. But you're tired of her. And that doctor did something to you. That doctor ain't done nothing to you, Tony. That's you. That's your lens. That's what you saw. I didn't see that at all. I'm sure Cam is used to beautiful women sitting across from him. You know, I mean, come on. What do you play, y'all? Basketball or football? Which one is it? I think is it football? I don't know because I'm not a sports person. But I'm sure he's used to beautiful, sensual woman. I'm tired of Tony Gaskins. You women that follow him, y'all need y'all ass kicked. Because he only see y'all as sexual objects. I swear to God. That's all you see. I guess he called himself helping you guys to get married or whatever, which I don't understand why y'all need Tony to help y'all get married. I just don't understand that anyway. You understand? Because Tony is in my opinion, from what he explained about himself, he's a reformed narcissist. That's what he is. He was a whore. He was running 7, 8, 9, 10 women at the same time. And he the same person. So he claims that he's fixed himself because of the Bible. Lies. Y'all already know me. Lies. Lies. The Bible don't fix nobody. Those are all lies, baby. What's up, Marley? The Bible don't fix nobody. I am crucified with Christ. Yet not but the life I live now, no. Lies. You are in your higher self, lower self. You are both things at all times. You choose how you gonna operate. Tony Gaskins is still a whore. That woman on that couch bothered him to the tilt, which is low vibration. You call that woman a Jezebel, you're the Jezebel. She's qualified to do what she does. She was holding men accountable last night. The only thing I feel like Tony do is sit around and brag about his monogamy with his wife. But he don't fool me because something ain't right. Something is real wrong. Listen, when it comes to Grabowski and looking into religious people and looking at them, honey, I can look into that situation. Something real wrong with that. Newton got pissed too, but he didn't resort to calling her names. You know what I'm saying? He just knew that he could never be with her. He knew that. What's wrong with that? Why can't men say, why? I mean, this is a thing. Everybody got a limitation. Everybody got a limitation. What you mean? So she's saying that she fly herself out in jets and she's been flown out. So you can't impress her with flying her somewhere. You ain't gonna be able to press her, taking her to no type of dinner. Now, this is the thing, and I'm gonna end the live. This is it right here. This is it. You're not gonna be impressing her by sending her no Vimo. You're not gonna impress her by putting red bottoms on her feet or taking her on the weekend. Like, what's the girl did? P. Diddy's woman. What's her name? Clarissa. well, he purchased her. She was bought. She was impressed by all of the material things and the experiences that she could. So there was a price tag on her. But this woman is saying there's no price tag on her. How can he impress her? Let's get into it. There's one way, two ways that she said that she can be impressed. Number one, him, the man, being able to emotionally regulate himself at all times. I gave you an example. When a man flows in his ego, he got a whole lot of ego. You and the man and the woman could be in a tiff. You could be in an argument, right? Because real people argue, right? There's no perfect relationship. If his ego is wounded, that's the word we use, then he's not going to tell her that he's wounded because he's too much of a man. I can't let this woman know that you hurt me, right? So what I'm going to do is I got to go find some outward influence to come and give me attention and validation to build my ego back up while punishing you. So what can happen, what does that the most? Listen, old girl that I saw at the store the other day that tried to hit on me, I'm going back to that store. Or my sister's best friend, there's a wedding coming this weekend. I'm going to the wedding. I'm not even gonna let you know. I'm going over there to that wedding, and I know my sister best friend gonna be there, and we gonna do what it do because she gonna tell me how awesome I am. She gonna give me praise for being this awesome businessman, for looking fine, smelling good. She gonna patch up my ego for me. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get my fix, and I'm gonna build myself back up, and then I'm gonna snicker underneath my breast because, bitch, you played with me, but I done got you back behind your back. See, all of that is outside validation, and all of that is him being dysregulated, and he need this woman over here to get him back together because he can't do it by himself. Now, how he's supposed to do it is this. This is what he's supposed to do. So that's one. That's what's up, Abraham. So that's one way of. So she said he got to be able to do that, and then the second way he got to be able to do with her. This is an awesome conversation. Thank you, Rhonda. The second thing he got to be able to do is when, check this out. So she's going through something. Your woman going through something. It's big, emotionally and mentally, right? She going through something. You know, emotional wise, right? Because this is the emotional intelligence. Two things that men need. One, to be able to regulate yourself. Number two is to be able to have emotional intelligence. What's intelligence? Y'all know what intelligence is? It's being smart. Being smart how? Emotionally. What does that mean? My wife is a lot emotional. She's a woman, right? But men are a lot emotional too. But she's a lot emotional. She's my special friend or whatever. She's a lot emotional, so I got to know what is going on with her, when it's going on with her. So I've got to know how to support her in that way. She can't be okay. So her mama got just diagnosed with cancer, right? And no. Let's do. She got to go to the hospital to have a procedure done, right? Your wife, your girlfriend, and it's not like heart surgery, but it's a serious procedure because she got to be put to sleep. So what you do is you go to work. You go to work instead of supporting her for her procedure. Your emotional intelligence is critically low. So somebody might say, well, I got to go to work because I got to work because we got to pay for the surgery. No, you got to go with her to support her emotionally. That's your dog. That's your partner. That's your significant other. She needs you emotionally. Because if you were having a procedure, she would be there. I got to tell y'all, Tony and his Bible is not it. Some of these people need to throw it away. Oh my God. It further supports the misogynistic, rigid, rough ideas that men have been doing for all these years. They cannot regulate themselves and they don't have emotional intelligence. And we are fucking sick and tired. We are deciding to be by ourselves. Because technically, other than the D and a little bill money, you are by yourself. You got to get on the phone and call your friend girl for her to help you emotionally. When you got a whole man that you're with, that you sleep beside every night, because he has no emotional intelligence. That shit ain't cute at all. I'm done with Tony Gaskins. I'm done. Because at this point, he's just looking like a whole brute to me. I don't care what else he shared. Okay, he can talk to y'all about business. He can do that. He can talk to y'all about game that men run on women. All men don't run game on women. All men don't do that. He's a reformed whore. And to me, he still got some remnants. I ain't gonna put you in that category, Rhonda. Now, I don't think you are. Me and Monet have had that conversation. I don't think you are. But he still got remnants of that male chauvinist, egotistical, Bible-toting, rigid, emotionally unintelligent man who's teaching other men that it's okay to be like that, and it's not. So when a beautiful woman like the doctor says that she's choosing to be by herself until she finds that, she's saying to women, don't say it. No sex. Don't do it. If you know that that man cannot meet you there emotionally, because the sexiest thing in the world, Rhonda Dawn, is a man that's in touch with all of the range of his emotions. And that he's not afraid to be strong and sensitive at the same time. And can be that way amongst, in front of his woman and his peers. And when his peers get out of line, the other men, get them all the way together while being there for his woman when he need to be. Nobody wants a brute in their life. Nobody wants that. You want a man that can take care of you, that can protect you physically if need be, right? But you want a man that you can sit down on the couch with on a Saturday and y'all can self-reflect and talk about all the other things. All the other things that don't involve muscles and masculinity and all that bullshit. It's 2024, Tony Gaskins. You are played out. You are so unevolved, baby. You need a class with that female doctor. You need her class. You need a coach at this point, and not no damn Christian coach. This is the thing, my advice to all Christians. If you get a coach, don't go no Christian. Christians are cap. Christians are forever children. They don't grow up internally. And that's everything that we're talking about today. They don't grow up emotionally. They don't. If you always praying every day, all day, worried about if God is mad at you, you are a child still. If you always apologizing to other grown folk, you always people pleasing and being a doormat, You're a child still. If you can't stand flat-footed and say what the fuck you mean and mean what the fuck you say and don't worry about what other people think about it, you're a child still. If you always trying to be the good girl or the good guy, you're a child still. If you can't go where you want to go and sit and talk to who you want to talk to, knowing that you're not doing anything wrong, but worried about other people watching you, you're a fucking child still. Who gives a fuck? You can't tell me because I know. I know about the unevolved Christians. I know about them being children still. No. If I have to pay my own mortgage, lights and water, if I have to do all the things that adults do, then why the fuck am I going to play footsie with you? Why am I going to be overly concerned about what you think about me? Why? That's whether I'm dealing with men or whatever. The women over at the church, I don't care. And I don't want y'all to care. Tony Gaskins. You know, this has been 2024 has been the year of exposure, right? We've been shocked to shit about certain things that we've seen this year, right? Tony, don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. Y'all that are on my live, y'all listen to me right now. Don't let it be you, Tony, because I see you. Grabowski is a Scorpio. Do y'all know what that means? I used to be a preacher. I'm a very spiritual person. Do you know what all of that means? That means that I can see in dark places. That's what that means. I used to be afraid of being able to be this way, right? But when I went to look into my dark places, right? Because I had to, you get to that point. You get to the point where you look at yourself as you are, not what you say that you are, but what you are. Just flat footed what you are, right? So I can look into other, especially the darkness. Like I can see the shit in you. What's up, Chris? A lot of times I don't say anything, right? Because I've been working on not being judgmental because I got shit in this too. See what I'm saying? But Tony, I see you, Tony. I see you getting tired of your wife. I see you wanting to, like if you could do it. Like if you were single. I see you wanting to play the game with that doctor or woman like her. I see you wanting to wear your facade and see if you could get through to her, if you could break her down, if you could present as that person that she's looking for. And if you could do it for 2 years, what's up, Rich the Fish? I see you. I see you. I see it plain as day. It might be 6 months from now, might be a year from now. Tony Gaskins and his wife might be like Judge Mathis and his wife. They might be divorcing. Judge Mathis and his wife kept up a beautiful facade for family, friends, and social media until the day that she filed the paperwork, the day. Humans can do that. Tony Gaskins told on himself last night. He told on himself, that woman, and her beautifulness and her boldness. Like, that's his speed right now. Like, that's his speed right there. Like, he wished to God he was single right now. He will go after her. Y'all are looking at me through the phone. Y'all's like, Cheryl, hell no. Real quick, well, tell me about your mama. Because I rarely get it wrong. And now, since I do introspection, and I don't let go of the facade, and I don't let go of the foolishness and the religion. Tony wishes to God that he could have his chance to see if he could break down her forces. That woman has excited and ignited him on a level y'all don't believe it though. What's up, Rich the Fish? Good morning. Y'all don't believe it. I believe it though. So just take note. Pay attention. Might be a year, might be 2 years, might be 3. In the world of religion, Tony Gaskins, in the world of religion, there is no place for this type of this mindset of, I've done like a whole lot of right? And I've been watching people around me like they've done a whole lot of wrong. And I'm tired of being the good guy. I deserve some fuckery in my life. And God, I know that you understand because look how good I've been. Like, I could have really done some damage. Mm-hmm. Okay, princess. Somebody say, wow. What you say wow for, Charlie? What's up, Chef? I don't care. I'm going to speak the truth. I don't listen. There is no place for listen. I've been doing right. You know what I'm saying? My friends around me, everybody cutting the monkey. Even, yes, Chef. Even Pastor done dipped out a couple times. Shit. I've been doing a lot of right. I just listen. I just need a pass. I never said I didn't. You're not talking to one of them ones. This is transparency over here. I never said I didn't. But I'm very much under control right now in my life. Very much. But see, if I wanted to do something, I would do it. Yeah, I would do it. I'm not one of them. I'm on the other side. But there's no place for this. Because what people would say, well, I just fell into, temptation. The devil made me. No, it ain't no mother devil. That's you. That's what you want to do. Don't y'all remember Jimmy Swagger back in the day? I ain't worried about God judging me, Chef. I don't believe in that. Y'all remember Jimmy Swagger back in the day? Y'all remember Jimmy Swagger? Right, Mars. Y'all remember Jimmy? Y'all stop playing with me. Don't play with me because I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. Y'all remember Jimmy Swagger? The reason why I'm gonna bring up Jimmy because Jimmy did it over and over. You know what I'm saying? The reality, he was just didn't no devil make him do shit. He wasn't satisfied with one woman. He had a longing and a thirst for a certain type of woman. It might have been built on his trauma. Thank you, Cosmic Queen. It might have been built on his trauma, but it was there. And it wasn't no devil, it was him. But the church think that it's a devil. When the church stop, You grew up. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about, Mars. When you stop blaming that shit on the devil, that's you. That's what you want to do. Now, y'all mark my words about Tony Gaskin. Mark my words. That woman ignited and excited something in him that hadn't been like that in a long time, because she's something else. I sat and watched her myself. She ain't one of them. She ain't one of them. And she already said on that couch, oh my God, the type of man that she would allow to be in her life. No, Chef, that's you. Ain't planted nothing. Those are your desires. That's why I always tell you guys, instead of focusing on other people, for you to search the regions and the rhythms of your own soul. Why do I say that? Because visualize yourself as a planet. Visualize yourself like the moon. You're the moon. The moon is your moon, right? So you have something that you can sit in and ride on in that moon. Now, as you ride along the bumpy terrain of the moon, there's nobody there but you, but that's your shit. As you go, and that's your whole life too. The moon is you, that's your whole life. And as you travel the terrain of the moon, and these are all the chapters in your life, you're researching the deepest rhythms and regions. You're figuring out, you're thinking about these things about you. You got to know your own self. Tony don't know himself. Coming from a religious person is kind of hilarious. Coming from a religious person. We've been sold a Bible 400 years. Mm-hmm. You like food because you tried it. Ain't nothing wrong with food. Tony is a ladies' man, right? So he's used to what? He's used to diversity in women, all kinds of women. That's what he used to. He ran them 9, 10 at a time. That's part of his construct. Those are part of his files. His Bible would tell him that it's gone away, but it's not gone away. That is him. That's a part of who he is. Whether he ever visited again, but I would say no, because he's caught up in religion. I would say that it's always that that lifestyle is not far away from him. Actually, it's as close as him. Look at me looking that way, right? I'm looking on to the right, right? I'm looking to the right, but it's that close. It's this close. So when he turn around like this, it's right there. It's so close that he could kiss it. That's how close it is. That's him. That past, that running them 8, 9, 10 women, that's still him. That's what he used to, diversity in women. If you, that's just like, how can you, the idea is like, I tell people all the time, how can you be a virgin twice? You can't. If you know, you know. Now you can be abstinent. You know what I'm saying? You could consecrate yourself and do not indulge, but you know, because you've been there, done that, you know. So this man knows what he can do with women. He knows that. He uses that skill in the coaching. He uses that same skill with the coaching. Mm-hmm. And he uses it with men too. Not sexually, but he still uses it. I'm telling y'all right now, that woman, anytime he come out his mouth, call that woman a Jezebel. And so, yeah, she had a little cleavage because she ain't got tatas like mine. They're not like mine, right? They babies. What she had yesterday, though, those are babies. Okay, but she had the type of top that cropped her about right here. So there was about maybe an inch, maybe a little bit less than an inch of cleavage. That's all she had. Then she had on a dress. It was tightly fit. And she had thin straps. And then she had her legs crossed like that. She had thick, pretty legs. She was beautiful. Very attractive. And she tore his nerves up. Period. She's tore it up. I'm just, it's annoying. It's annoying. Because like I said, I can look into the dark places. And one of the things that helped me come to a realization that ain't nothing wrong with looking in the dark because God can see in the dark. We always thinking that God is just looking at the light. He's just looking at the holy things. No, he's at the hotel. He's closer than that. He's in you. So somebody said the other day on a live that I looked at, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, I know what it was. It was this same gender loving guy. So he's gay, right? So he said these other gay men have done lost their, like he said it with his chest, they done lost their mind that they go up in a church and get married to another man. And he wouldn't dare disrespect God like that. I almost, my head almost literally just came off my shoulders. And I was like, what did you say? What did you say? You wouldn't go into a church. Like that church is where God lives. That church is not where God lives. That God lives in the temple. The temple is you. So you talking about God seeing into dark places? Whatever you do, God do it too. Or is God not with you? Which one? What when we get ready to do some crazy shit, what God do? Just take a flight out of you? When he just jump out your skin? I mean, are you the house of God or not? When you, this self-reflection time, self-reflection, when you do the shit that you do God just take a flight out of you? Does he come in and go out? No, that's not my mind. That might be your mind. That's not my mind at all. I'm asking y'all a question. If God is in you and you do the shit that you don't supposed to do, where is God? Where is he when you're doing that? Where is he? Do he take a flight out of you? Or is he still there? Does he see and does he see and hear or not? I'm sorry, y'all. I keep on getting phone calls. I'm asking y'all a question for the deep laners. Are any deep laners in the building? Let me know. Because this is not church. Church can't facilitate this kind of conversation because they are stuck with doctrine. This is not doctrine. When you do the fuckery that you do, where is God? Is he in you or not? So the guy says, oh, he's same gender loving, but I wouldn't dare go over to the church and disrespect. No, the person or the people that you don't want to disrespect are the people that are over there. It has nothing to do. Has nothing to do with God at all. Nothing. I'm like, are you guys serious? Who is he or she? Who understands? Man, I just want children. That's why I say, if you are a Christian, you are a child because doctrine will not allow you to think. But if you come spend some time with Cheryl Grabowski, your ass gonna grow up. Now I'm asking you, if God is in you, in your heart, because you're the real temple, not the building. Too many buildings get knocked down. It's not the building. It was never the building. Even Jesus said that. It was never the building. You are the house of God. Where are your facts? Chef Jenna, you don't have facts either. Your Bible is predicated on beliefs, not facts. Those are not facts. It's only belief. It's only belief. Okay. This is right. So this is my belief. This is my experience. And also I have some of your Bible. If God is in you, right? That's what your Bible say. They used to carry around the Ark of the Covenant. You remember? Which is symbolic of the Spirit of God. But in the book of Acts, the Holy Spirit was supposed to come and indwell the believer. So now God was in your heart, right? So we're the house, we're the church, we're the sanctuary, we're the house, of course, because we got the living spirit in us anyway. If our spirit left our body, time my phone ring. Um, if your spirit, if God's spirit in you left the body, you would fall to the floor. And everybody know that God will be gone. Everybody know the spirit gone. Okay. So you're the house. You're the house of God. So what I'm saying, whatever you do, it just irked my nerves that his fucking brain told him that if he go over to the church, he disrespecting God. No, what's wrong with you, baby, is that you done substituted God for people. Oh my God. So there's nothing technically that we could ever do, hear, touch, smell that God ain't doing it too. To see it any other way, you gotta be crazy. To see it any other kind of way, you're a child still. So in everything that you do, God is in it. So my thing is with him, the same gender loving guy, you same gender loving, right? When you with your lover, God is there too. Hello? When you're with your lover, say for instance, it's not same gender loving. Say for instance, is just know that God is always there, no matter what. My my thing is, I don't have a problem with that. I've been thinking this way for over 20 years. That's why I don't have a problem with that. I've been thinking this way for over 20 years. That's why when other people tell me about what they believe that God has said or done, that's their business, that's their belief. That's why I don't listen to preachers. That's their own personal understanding of God for them. That's their perspective. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me at all. Honey, there's a whole bunch of people calling me. You have no idea. Those are clients, those are friends, those are business people. Ain't no man. I would not fucking have a male in my life that called my fucking phone like that. There's no way. That would be a child. See what I'm saying? Going back to what I said earlier about what the lady said. No, ain't no way. You're not going to call me like that. Mm-mm. But anyway, so if, yeah, whatever you do, God do it with you. You know, people say, oh, well, they do things on YouTube. What God is that? Listen, you can't separate it. Now, us in our human mind, this is the truth. You need to grow up, Chef. You just need to grow up and understand that you are not separated from God. I don't understand what I'm saying that's provocative. It's not provocative, it's truth. You're not separated from God. You guys feel like because we've been taught when you walk into the church, that's over there at God's house. That is not God's house. That's a building. You are God's house. That is not God's house. One day that building will be closed. That is not God's house. When everybody leave for the day and everybody is at home or doing whatever they do, God is there with you wherever you at. That is not God's house. That's a meeting place for people who love God or people who believe in God. That is not God's house. You are God's house. I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand that. I know the church brainwash, and I hate to use the word brainwash, but listen, when you hear something all the damn time, you think it's true. Especially when you got 3, 4, 500 people around you and everybody agree upon it and everybody move that way, then you think that but that's not true. You are the temple. It's you. Even Jesus said the same thing. I believe he's recorded saying in 3 days that the temple would be torn down. Meaning that the old structure, the Old Testament, and the Ark of the Covenant that travels around with the Levites to bless a certain group of people, that you couldn't reach in there and take the tablets of stone out or you would fall unalive. We're not going to do it like that anymore. Now, the Spirit is in you, in your heart. You're the temple. It's not the church. I don't know what, Chef, leave me alone. Leave me alone. But even without that scripture, that's the only thing that makes sense. Because how else is God going to fellowship with his people? Well, he got to wait until a preacher open up a building? The hell? We ain't got to wait to breathe. We ain't got to wait for the sun to shine. We don't have to wait for none of that. All that is already done. And when the breath of life is breathed into us and we take that first cry when we come out that womb, you're the house of God now. Now God has another version of himself walking around. All of us are anointed when we're in our higher self. This is the thing about y'all, and you know, I'm not mad with y'all, but see, you know, I've been thinking this way over 20 years, so I got the heads up on y'all. See what I'm saying? And some of y'all, because I was y'all 20 years ago. So the idea of there are a select group of people that are anointed lies. Most of them people that are in them pulpits that's telling y'all that are narcissists. And they want to be worshiped and adored. That's all it is. When you're dealing with somebody like me, see, I'm telling you that God is in you. I'm not trying to hoard God to myself. I'm not trying to make myself a better God person than you. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm telling you that you are actually free to do what you want to do, but just to understand that you and God are communing all day, every day, whether you're mindful of that or not. That's what I'm saying. They are the ones that are trying to put themselves on a pedestal above you. That's the difference. They are the ones that want to take of your time, your talent, your tithe, and your resources. They are the ones that want to be worshiped, not a person like me. There's a big difference. So when they speak that crazy shit, touch not my anointed, that shit, and do my prophet no harm, you're not a prophet. You're not my fucking prophet. You're your own prophet. I got my own spirit within me. It has shit to do with you. You were not born when I was born. You're not gonna be there when I pass away. I don't depend on you. What you eat don't make me. We have nothing to do with each other. Now, if I decide to share my life with you, that's something different. But you're not gonna take power and control over me. Now, I don't even see why that bother anybody, because Mars said facts, because this is the thing. I don't want to have power and control over your ass. I don't want it. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Now, it pisses some people off, especially highly narcissistic people, because they are intoxicated by the idea of power and control, and they facilitate it through fear. They want to get you scared of God so they can put a noose around your neck and have you to do what they want you to do. I say no. When my no offends you, then that's a problem, because, see, I'm grown. See what I'm saying? I take care of myself. I ain't asked you for shit. See what I'm saying? I haven't asked you for anything. If my independence rub you, then that's your problem. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not looking for your acceptance. That's what I used to do when I was a child, a baby Christian. I was fully grown, but baby Christian. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Simple as that. Nobody has to touch not my prophet, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. What the fuck that's supposed to mean? Who are you? Who are you? What is that supposed to mean? Doesn't mean anything to me. The one thing I did though is, once I start to deconstruct from religion, I left their sanctuaries, right? The reason why I left going into the building, because it's an organization, and all organizations have rules and regulations, right? And if you're going to be a member, then you need to do and follow the outline of the structure, right? That's how I look at it, in all fairness. So when I remove myself, then that means that this your shit, this your structure, this your gang. I'm not part of the gang. I withdrew. See what I'm saying? I withdrew. I let my membership die. I'm not part of the gang. And you're not initiating me back. I'm done. I cut cords. I'm out. Bye. You live by your system. You guys, are all in y'all system. That's y'all business. I'm not gonna bother you, but I ain't gonna let you fuck with me either. See what I'm saying? That's what I did. Seriously. It's called deconstruction. New girlfriend, Queen Cheryl G, new boyfriends. Shut up, William. You know what I'm saying? Seriously though, there are so many people who need to hear this, because what they found, they thought they were joining a group of loving, innovative, and people, and what they did was they ran into a cult. They ran into a narcissist who wanted their power and control. See what I'm saying? That's all it is. So the answer is no. Like, if I had it my way, none of my children would ever be a part of any church. If I had it my way, which I don't think that they will, because they're all adults and they've seen a lot of fuckery too. They've seen it. How could you not see it? Especially you African American. Oh my God. We just got it bad. We got it bad. For real. How could you not see it? Right? And then now I have 13 grandkids. And I don't want them to be a part of it. I don't want my grandkids to be ensnared by no damn narcissist, or somebody who don't really care about them because they don't have the capacity to. But then they're telling you about a loving God that they know shit about. Hey, Ariel. See what I'm saying? Now, if somebody was speaking about a loving God and they were a loving person and they understood the concept of love, that's different. Somebody who could extract good things from the Bible and somebody who could even expound on the fuckery that's in it, that would be honest and say, listen, y'all, this literally is borrowed literature, right? And it's very misogynistic. But what we can do is we can extract some good things from it, because at the end of the day, I do believe, and this is, I'm saying this for me personally, I do believe that God is awesome and wonderful and that he loves his creation. That's what I believe. I believe God even could be a female. I don't know what God's gender is. Who knows? I don't care. I really don't care. But I feel like God loves the creation, right? And that we should have beautiful, wonderful days. That's what I believe. But do I believe a lot of the stuff that it says? And can I see, Ariel says, sure, everything you're saying is so true. Do I believe that God is misogynistic and that he's temperamental and that he's jealous and that he's vengeful and that he tells people to go unalive women and children and babies and takes people land from them and give it to other people? That he believes in slaves for other humans to enslave other people? Hell no. I don't give a damn what book is in. I said no. I don't believe that. Now, do I believe that man wrote that because that's how he wanted it to be, or that he believed that, or that he even did that and said that God said it? Yeah, hell yeah. I do. Yeah, I do believe that. Now, in 2024, are people seeing that? Is that plain as the nose on their face? Yes. I'm very excited for that. I've been through a lot of religious abuse and pain. Mm-hmm. Dealing with those narcissists, but you're gonna go through abuse and the pain when you're around a bunch of narcissists, and they're gonna convince you that God. All right, call me again. Yeah. So this live was so juicy, so informative. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and I am free. Freedom is everything to me. Freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of deconstruction, freedom of thinking. Oh my God, am I a free thinker? Yes. And my thing is, why does it bother you? I haven't asked you for anything. You see what I'm saying? But people get mad when they can't put a noose around your neck and get you to do and believe things the way that they do. They get very upset. I don't give a damn. I don't care. There's one more other thing I want to say. So there was this content creator that I just found today. She's a white girl. She's talking about Oprah, and she was talking about Oprah's belief. Now, this is the thing. Everybody knows that Oprah Winfrey is not a traditional Christian, but she was brought up in the Baptist church, okay? She was brought up in the Baptist church. Now, we know that Oprah Winfrey has experienced trauma as well as lots of us have, right? But Oprah is first of all, number one, let me say the first thing that Oprah is that a lot of people are not. I have to say it. I hope it don't make nobody mad. But Oprah is very, very intelligent. One of the reasons why people can't see through the religious dogmas and the fuckery, yes, she's that too, when it comes to religion, is because they're just not intelligent enough, right? That they really don't know about their Bible, really. And they do a little studying of their doctrine, but they don't really know what the Bible says, right? So Oprah is a very, very, very rich, intelligent woman. And she's a reader. So what does that mean? Because I've really thought about this real strong. What does it mean that Oprah is a reader? So there are two ways to know people. You know people by meeting them and conversating with them, and then you can know people by reading. When a person writes, that's them. That's their imprint on a book, right? So Oprah has read so many books. So she's fellowship with so many different type of people, right? And through her fellowship with so many type of people, what happens as a person, there's an individual evolution that happens with a person when they has a lot more information than the regular smegulars. So what she realized was that a lot of people love God. That was easy to see, right? But they had different belief systems. And she also realized that a lot of people who had the type of belief systems that she had when she learned as a young person and a young adult, that they say that they were God people, but they really were awful people, right? And then she met some people who didn't say much about God at all, but they were just golden in their personality and in their character. And then she came to the realization of that there are so many different ways to think and to experience God, right? That God really wasn't that hung up on that shit we are, right? Because we as humans, because of our egos, you know, we just want everybody to do it the way that we do it. We want everybody to see it the way that we see it. We want a gang gang. You know, I told y'all in the beginning, that I don't do groups, cliques, and gangs. That I'm just an individual, right? Because sometimes I just get overpowered by too many energies. So I'll refrain from everybody and get by myself. But at the same time, I love people, right? So Oprah is making all these observations. So, of course, the biggest game in our society is the Christian game. You've noticed that as well. So we got the Christian game, the biggest game. We know that the Christians started with the MURDER. There was a lot of MURDERing. They got a lot of blood on their hands, right? Because they would unalive you if you did not go their way, because they were creating this new religion, right? So the lady that I'm talking about, she was talking about the new thought, or the new thought, the thing that Oprah believes in, because she put a title on it. And I'm so glad that nobody can title me. You can't title me because I don't do groups, cliques, and games. Or sex, SEC. I think it's, yeah, SECS or SECTS. It's one of them. Sex or groups of people, right? I don't do those. I don't do that because I'm more with ideas. Like if I listen to you and I resonate with that, then we cool. But that don't mean I'm gonna resonate with everything that you say. See what I'm saying? That's how I am. But that's what Oprah is. So she was saying, because Oprah is not a traditional Christian, that she was harming. She was harming Christianity, harming the church, and she's terrible for the world. No? Let me get a little bit closer. No, let's turn the light down a little bit. Hold on. Let me tell you what's harmful for the church. Let me tell you, as we get ready to end this live. Now, let me tell you what's harmful for the church. What's harmful from the church is narcissists. Mhm. People who preach and they don't believe it, and people who say that they are something and they are not. It's the hypocrisy that's killing the church. It's the two-facedness that's killing the church. It's the lies and the debauchery from the clergy that's killing the church. Ain't nothing like the church dying when they find out that their leader was full of shit. That's what's killing the church. It's not Oprah Winfrey, ma'am. You are jealous of Oprah and her money and her success. Oprah has a right to believe what the hell she wants to believe. People are waking up to this bullshit. It is complete bullshit. And you're not going to play in my damn face and you're not going to bullshit me. Because number one, I don't need you. Number two, I don't need your group. Number three, I'm emotional intelligent. I regulate my own damn self. And number four, I'm free to learn my life lessons. I'm grown. I'll do what the fuck I want. I'm not asking you for permission. Now, when people switch to that level of consciousness, then we can do some things in this world. But as long as we are sitting around waiting for God to do something that we've always been able to do on our own, when the reality of it is the reason why the church in this system, oh my God, let me say it. The reason why the church in the system is the way it is all because of money. It's money, just like the courthouse. Can y'all imagine how much money the courthouse makes? It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. But when you pull back and you ask yourself the real fucking questions, you'll be able to figure something out then. Well, Cheryl, good morning. Praise be to God. God is a good God, isn't he, Cheryl? Come on in and have a seat. Yes, I am, Timothy. I know it. You might as well say amen, Timothy. Come on in and have a seat, Cheryl. And God's going to bless you as we put this show on and try to convince you that this particular local church is a place where good people are and that we're special to God. We're not like them. And they are like them the whole fucking time. The only thing you gotta do is follow their ass home. That's all you got to do. Watch how they treat their children, their grandkids, or their spouse. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. It's bullshit. I got 30 years under my belt. I hate to say it, but no, I don't hate to say it. I love to say it. I got 30 years under my belt. I've never met a person who I felt like that I would just say they're a good person. The only thing that I can say is that, you know, you're a person. It's like everybody else, you know? So people say, well, Sean Grabowski, you're like this because you're damaged. Say whatever you like. Say whatever you like. My experiences are real. My observations are keen. I'm just honest about what I've seen, what I've experienced, and what I know. And for as many as people, especially my bloodline, because I'm the matriarch now, we're all good and bad. Nobody's perfect. All a part of the experience. Yes. I have my ways. Yes. But just to say that a person, you know how people love and worship their pastors? Y'all know how they do? That is bullshit. And who do they think they're fooling? It's so annoying. And that is why the church looks bad. How the hell you going to be honest in a relationship and you can't even be honest toward what stuff goes on at the church? How are you going to be honest with your children and your grandkids? Amen. You speaking facts, sure. I'm over here eating something while I'm listening to you. Girl, I'm so hungry. I'm getting ready to cook for Monet in just a minute. I just made her omelet, honey, but I got to do dinner. And oh, I'm so polite, but I have my pretty ways too. Right. Don't come over here painting no picture like Cheryl Grabowski is all good. Lies. I don't have no problem with it. But don't you come in my fucking face acting like you're an angel of light and you are not. And I meant it. And it's okay because you don't have to be. I don't want you to be. Matter of fact, I want to know what shittiness you have, right? So I can just, accept it, knowing that you're not a perfect person, that you're working on it, right? But I ain't gonna let you bother me now. Don't be trying to do nothing to me now because your ass gonna have to go. We're not doing that. But you know what I'm saying? So anyway, kisses and hugs, y'all. But honey, yeah, that Tony Gaskins, yeah, we done with him. And yeah, Oprah Winfrey is she's okay. And the doctor lady, she's fantastic. Hmm. The queen is in the building. I repeat, the queen is in the building. Christopher, you are so late. What's up, boo? We've been here for a good while now. Y'all don't forget to thumbs up the live, honey. I don't know when or what month or what week they're gonna let us back in this algorithm. I don't know when we're gonna get back in there. But I had last week I had 11 shares, y'all. That is not enough. Y'all got to get me up to like 90 shares. So on one of these social medias, I need y'all to share me out because that's what's gonna get us back in there, okay? Get us back to going. But anyway, kisses and hugs. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll come back for a mukbang as soon as I cook. I might cook the, you know what? I think we're gonna cook the cube steak right on camera. All religion does is divide people. The real religion is love. Don't talk, is show it. Blessed and Cheryl looking beautiful. Thank you, Rasta. The real religion, I like that, is love. All religion does is divide. That's all it does. My group is better than your group. My group is so much holier than your group. My God don't like you and your people. And if you're going to be okay, then you got to say this ritual. You got to say this in order for God to take you in. But then when you say the ritual, you get in, you find out they just as shitty as anybody else that you've ever known. So what is the point? So Rasta, I'm going to go with you. It's all about love. But anyway, I love y'all to death. I see y'all a little bit later on. I think I'm gonna cook everything else and get it ready, and then I'm gonna cook the cube steak on the live because I'm gonna be using that gravy on my rice along with I think I got lima beans, brown rice, cabbage, rice and gravy, and onions, bell pepper, lima beans, and cabbage. That's what I got. Yeah. All right. See y'all in a little bit. Bye, guys. Don't forget to share the live. Bye. Okay. It won't let us go. Oh my stars. I'm just hitting the button and it won't. My phone is stuck. Hmm. Bye, perks. Oh my stars. It won't let me go. Bye, Mars. It won't let me go. Now why is you doing it, phone? I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna see if I can turn the phone off, y'all. So the internet won't even let me go. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna try to turn the phone off. That's the only way we're gonna get out of here. But then it's gonna be sitting there waiting for me to come back and no. Okay, let's do this because this is crazy.